Hello, everyone, and welcome to our match preview show for Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Of course, the Reds are back in Premier League action after the Milan comeback. Of course, look, what Champions League nights are special, but it's always good as well to play in the Barclays Premier. Is it even Barclays Premier League anymore? I think it's just the Premier League anyway. But hello, everyone, and welcome. Please, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button as well. Be very much appreciated as always. And let me know your guys' thoughts for Liverpool v Crystal Palace. We will discuss a little bit in depth as well on a few little things about, of course, are Liverpool going to rotate? And certainly at centre half. Also as well midfield as well, and we'll be having a little bit of a look at Crystal Palace of course as well. But guys, say hello in the chat as well. Jackson saying hi Reds. Hello Jack, hopefully having a fantastic day, mate. I was just on the LFC Friday night podcast as well. As Doug is in saying hello, long time no speak. Of course we was on there, so please go over and check that out as well. I will put a link in the description down below to the video anyway. Of course, very good chat on Friday if you guys want to go and check that out as well. But yeah, realistically guys, look, Milan come back, how good was it midweek? As Dave's in as well saying hi Reds. Hello Dave, hopefully you're on a fantastic day as well, mate. But yeah, the Milan come back, first of all, I know we spoke on our match reaction after the game on a little live, and I know many of us we're talking about it and how happy we was at the end of it. I think many of us were a bit frustrated, looking back at it, especially those two goals. But look, how great was it? Just the Milan comeback in general. Hendo's strike, and just a win in a European night as well. How brilliant that was anyway. Doug says, just as long no one clipped me singing. Don't worry, Doug, after I'm done with this, that is firmly getting clipped. The Mighty Reds television as well. Hello, Dan. Says, all right, Dave as well. But yeah, let's say hi to a few more of you. Garrison saying hi, Connor. Doug says hello to Jack and Dan as well. And Chris says, evening, mate. Long time no see. Indeed, long time no see, my friend. But let's talk about our opposition a little bit before we talk about the Mighty Reds anyway, and what can we expect from Crystal Palace. Honestly, I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't watch Crystal Palace week in, week out, but from what I have seen and what I have heard, it looks to be good at the moment for Patrick Vieira's men, especially after them beating Tottenham by 3-0 anyway. To be fair, I think anyone could have beat Spurs that day anyway. But, either way, it is a fantastic win for Palace. And look, of course, it was going to be difficult for any person coming in after Roy Hodgson, of course, settled the ship there and, did very well there, of course. And, for any manager, as you've seen, from David Moyes after Fergie, Arsene Wenger as well, and the whole Arsenal debacle as well, whoever takes the job after someone that's been there for so long, it's very hard, and it's a very hard job. But from early indications, I'd say Patrick Vieira has done a good job, of course, very much busy in the transfer window, signing a lot of players, of course. I think pretty much half of their squad, their contracts were done up, wasn't they? And look, for me, I think they've done a fantastic job at, rebuilding that squad. And look, could Patrick Vieira be the guy for them? I'm not sure yet, but of course, time will tell in a Premier League season anyway. But, taking a quick look at their, stats so far this season anyway, right now, of course, this is, if you guys are wondering what this app is, it's FootMob. FootMob, if you're watching, I'd like a sponsor, please. No, I'm kidding, of course, but very good football app on your phone, as it should say on screen somewhere, that, of course, very good app. But if we quickly take a look at the games so far, of course, losing 3-0 to Chelsea on the opening day, and then drawing against Brentford, losing against Watford in the Carabao Cup, and then getting the more important draw over West Ham United, and then, of course, getting the 3-0 win over Spurs as well. And to be fair, if we have a quick look at the game and take us a look at more at the stats as well, also, our Edward, he's one guy that we are very much looking forward to. But just looking at the stats, Palace, of course, destroying Spurs as it was, expected goals, 3 to Spurs is 0. Of course, absolutely destroying them with each and every single stat there. And I think pretty much as well, if we take a look at the, if you looked at the West Ham game as well, it was very even as well. So, the more and more, Patrick Vieira looks to be, in a little bit more attacking spell as well. Unlike a Roy Hodgson that, of course, was very, very defensive minded, very, very, not looking at, not looking at a dodgy way, but they were very defensive, wasn't they? Very counter-attackish under Roy Hodgson. But it looks to be that Patrick Vieira is playing a little bit more of an expansive football. Wilfried Zaha, of course, is a massive, massive threat, like he always is. Very tricky player to defend against. You've got Edouard as well. Look, two shots, 2 goals for him. Well, I say 2 shots, 2 touches realistically, and 2 goals. And look, he had a very, very good debut, didn't he? So he's another guy as well that is looking very, very comfortable in a Palace shirt. Anyway, but guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Dan says, "Evening, Douglas." Doug says they absolutely battered Spurs even before the red card. They did. To be fair, I think the red card was a little bit of a scapegoat for Spurs in that game. Anyway, evening chat. I hope you're all having a lovely Friday night. Yes, of course. Hopefully everyone's having a fantastic Friday night. Anyway, I've been impressed with Palace transfer window signings. Young players trimming their squad age from 30 years old into their 20s. And yeah, they've been quite good when they were youngsters. I know we all joke about it, but, of course, Wilfried Zaha come through, Crystal Palace. I know that, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, of course, look at the year that he had before he joined Manchester United. That was a very impressive, even though now he's crap at Manchester United. Anyway, United fans are just going to clip that and just be very, very angry. Jury's still out on Vieira, but done well so far. Yeah, exactly. And it's way too early to tell. Of course, guys, there's only, was it 5 games gone in the season so far? And that, look at the teams that have done so well in the first part of the season and then absolutely collapsed then towards the second half of the season. And I think that is what it could be like as well with Palace. Okay, we can look at Bielsa at the moment. Some people criticizing Bielsa and Leeds and that. I know Leeds are 1-0 up at the moment. But you look at it and they've done well, and then look what happened, a pretty bad start to the second start of the season. Wolves as well is another one. Usually they have a bad start to the season and then do very well towards the end, and it could be similar like that as well. Could be very good at the start and then very bad at the end. So it's a little bit uneven at the minute, isn't it? And I think unless he's shown anyway, like if he can go at the Liverpool game, I fully expect it to, if they do attack, I think that it will play into our hands. So forth. But as we saw with Liverpool AC Milan, you can quickly counter-attack Liverpool. Maybe not with a Virgil van Dijk side in it, but look, it depends, doesn't it? Did we think in that first half against Milan would AC Milan score 2 goals? No, absolutely not. But look, at the end of the day, I think, as Doug says, they're 1-1 anyway. St. Maximin equalised as well. Jack with the ha-ha-ha. I don't know if I bug it up there. But Jack, let me know what I've done wrong there. Please do share. I forgot. It might be about Doug's joke. I'm not reading that out, Doug. So sorry, mate. I thank you, Jack, for commenting on all 3 of your channels as well. Thank you so very much for that. Anyway, but of course, guys, as well. Look, Palace, they're gonna come and want to spoil the party at Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool have just won against AC Milan the Champions League. Of course, we've had a good start in the league campaign anyway. So early anyway. And look, of course, Liverpool are planning to fight for the title. Of course, we are. Look, we're Liverpool Football Club, for God's sake, but we do have to, keep focused then realistically on the game in hand. And I think it is exactly that. I think Liverpool have to go at it. We have to, of course, get all 3 points is a must. If we especially want to keep up with the likes of City and Chelsea and so forth as well. So of course, every game matters, doesn't it, in the Premier League, and it does really have the feel of a 1920 season where we are just or not 1920, what would it be, 1819, where like it was us and City going like 97 and 96 points, or 98 and 97 points, and that, I think that could be similar again this season. And look, I absolutely want to batter Crystal Palace, to be awfully honest with you, but of course time will tell anyway. But if we quickly look then at the Liverpool and Palace heads-to-heads, of course you can see the live games there anyway. So yeah, it is 1-1 as people can see, but of course you can see Liverpool Palace, it is at, to be fair, that is the away fixture. I was like, like Liverpool are at home, but that's the away fixture anyway. But as you can see, Palace, of course we beat them on the last day of the season, 2-0 anyway. And of course, the 7-0 win that happened last year, which of course, after that game, all the bad things happened to Liverpool Football Club. But if we quickly scroll down, this is the last game, that I think pretty much was the roller coaster, wasn't it? The 4-3 that happened between Liverpool and Crystal Palace. I believe Palace went 2-1 up in that game as well, and Liverpool managed to come back and win 4-3, which was absolutely fantastic. But the last time Palace actually beat Liverpool, I believe, if I quickly scroll down, was that game at Anfield. That, of course, Sam Allardyce, of course, before last season even happened and all of that. Anyway, look, Sam Allardyce and Liverpool, we hate Sam Allardyce, and look, I very much hate it. Anyway, but look, it was the last time that they beat us, and Jurgen Klopp was just like, "Nah, I hate Crystal Palace." If you remember the clip as well, if anyone can like look at it and go, remember when Klopp, I think was it Alan Pardew's Crystal Palace, where he was like, "I hate fucking losing against Palace," and yeah, ever since then he hasn't liked losing against Palace. So very much well for that. Anyway, I've just hit 1.44k on my channel after the pod. Very, very fantastic. Hopefully we can get it to 1k. Surely, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I like doing content either way. 7-0 to the Reds, for God's sake, Jack. Smashing Lad, fully deserved, says Jack. Yeah, absolutely fully deserved, my friend. Oh no, Connor, why? Look, we're gonna win. I'm very confident of that anyway. But look, I think the important question for Liverpool, and the big question, realistically for it, I think is, will Ibu make his debut? I think that is the big question. Of course, I don't think anyone expected, Joe Gomez and, Joel Matip to be partners. In the Champions League midweek, of course, that's arresting Virgil van Dijk, which I do think, that's going to be a huge factor on who Jurgen Klopp does pick for this game. I think, look, it was the correct call to rest Virgil van Dijk, and I think, look, we have to, of course, he's had a very, very bad injury, coming off of it. I think, looking at it, it was the correct decision to make. And look, of course, we play Norwich after Crystal Palace, and there's games like that where you think, okay, we're gonna have to rest Virgil and make sure we don't rush him too much as well, and rotating within the centre backs as well, because let's face it, Liverpool have strength in numbers at centre half this year. We have the 4 centre halves. We have Nat Phillips as well. Fabinho, of course, can play there as well, even though we don't want to see that ever again in our lifetime. But it'll be very, very interesting. Will Ibu make his debut anyway? But what are you lot saying in the chat? Tuck saying, I can't forget about this effing loss to Crystal Palace. Yeah, that was Jurgen Klopp's comments. Hopefully he can. He needs to get minutes, says Jack. Chris has gone Ali, Trent, Gomez, or Canate, Virgil, Robbo, Fabinho, Hendo, Thiago, Salah, Jota, Mane. I expect Matip to be rotated out. Yeah, I would as well, mate. Was surprised Matip started against Milan. Surely Joel best rested. Now, yeah, I think he will be, mate. And looking at the starting 11 predictions as well, we'll dive straight into it. Hopefully, I'll have the right squad up. Have I got the right squad up? There we go. To be fair, I haven't deleted the other one, so I was a bit skeptical of it, to be fair. But I think it will be Alisson, Trent, and I do think Ibu will start for Liverpool on the weekend alongside Virgil van Dijk. I've also gone with Kostas Tsimikas as well. I think Robbo, of course, he's got getting back to full fitness himself after the injury in pre-season. And I do think as well he will need to be rotated out the squad, of course, playing against Milan. And I do think Tsimikas will come in against Palace. I've gone Fabinho, Thiago Alcantara, and Jordan Henderson as well. I think Naby Keita could push it in the squad as well, but I do think that will be the preferred midfield anyway, because I think, especially the latter part of the Milan game as well, you saw how good that midfield was at keeping possession. And I think that's pretty much our strongest midfield when everyone is fully fit anyway. And then of course I think pretty much the big shout, but I also don't think it is the big shout as well, Takumi Minamino. I think we'll start against Palace. I think Divock Origi supposedly is out due to, of course, cramp against Milan. I do think anyway, I think Divock wouldn't start against Palace. I think it would be Minamino as well. Very interesting news about Bobby Firmino as well. He should be back in full training next week as well, according to Jurgen Klopp. So that's fantastic news. And then, of course, anyway, going with the starting 11, I've also gone with Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah as well. Very interesting with Sadio Mane as well. If he does score against Palace, he will break a record, I believe. I think Dan said it on the podcast. To be fair, I didn't check it out, but by the looks of things, if he does score, it'll be this 9th consecutive game he scored against Crystal Palace, which will beat a record. So hopefully Sadio can score against Crystal Palace anyway. But it will be very, very interesting to see, of course, will that happen anyway. Jack says, smash that subscribe button and smash that like button, Reds. Yeah, if you could also hit that share button as well, be very much appreciated. If you could do so. Chris says, Minamino exists. He does in a parallel universe, but no, he does exist. To be fair, mate, Doug's gone. Ali, Trent, Kanate, Virgil, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, Mane, Jota, and Salah as well. And Jonathan saying, hey man, hope you are well. I'm doing fantastic, thank you, mate. I'm just looking forward for the Reds to be playing tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Look, it's going to be a nightmare, of course, trying to find a place to watch it. I'm going to say that right now. I was going to say, the S word, but, we're not allowed that. Maybe YouTube might, ban us or something. But look, it's, I hate the fact that we've gone back to, normal, and like last season, it was fine to watch 3 o'clock games. And for some, I think to be fair, I can't remember who put it, but someone put it on Twitter. It's like the UK, Afghanistan, and Iraq, I think, that are the only people that aren't allowed to show 3 p.m. kickoffs, which is ridiculous if that is true, to be fair, even though it is our own Premier League, to be fair. So, yeah, it's very, very weird that is that anyway. But, of course, it is a part of the encouragement scheme and all like that they have had anyway. But John says, would you give Origi another start? He did really well last game. I personally say no. I wouldn't mind if he was on the bench, but I think Jota's going to be on the bench either way, and I think as well Minamino needs minutes. Of course, Minamino got injured on international duty, but I think with the likes of Jota rotating in and out the squad, Sadio Mane as well, in and out. The only main start is Mo at the minute, and for me, Mo is playing out of his skin at the minute. He's in the form of his life at the present moment in time, and for me, undroppable. So I think players need minutes now. We're going to be playing 3 games per week now from now until March time. So we need to get minutes in the lads' legs anyway. Chris says I would start Origi in the League Cup along with Minamino. I would agree. Of course, we will do a preview show for Norwich as well in the League Cup as well. Origi was knackered. He ran his arse off. No wonder he went, fuck it, I'm sitting down. Yeah, to be fair to Divock. I never could understand why we can't watch 3 p.m. games, but you can in a different country. Don't get it personally. Excuse me. I don't get it. It's a part of the encouragement thing, isn't it? Like, oh, you could watch it at home, but like go to the games, and that realistically, if you're gonna go to the game, you want to go to the game. First of all, it's stupid, isn't it? But it's a part of this scheme. Anyway, but guys, let me know score predictions as well in the comment section down below. Personally, I'm gonna go for a 3-0 Liverpool win. I think, look, Liverpool are definitely gonna be up for it. Of course, Anfield, we're always up for it, aren't we? And fingers crossed, we can can absolutely batter them. I know Jack will turn around and say 7-0, which one of those strange predictions out there. For me, I'm going to go 3-0. I think Mo Salah is going to continue his goal scoring form. I think that Sadio Mane is going to break that record as well. And I'm also going to go with Thiago Alcantara as well to get his first goal at Anfield as well. I think he got his goal away, didn't he? Not at home. I don't think anyway. Chris says Liverpool 4, Palace 0. John's gone for a 4-1 Liverpool win. Chuck said that's a whole series of shows, John. It's crazy. Yeah, to be fair, it is really, really crazy. Chris has gone Salah to score 2, Mane to score 2 as well, and Doug's gone for a 3-1 win as well. For me personally, guys, like I said, 3-0 for me. Hopefully, we'll keep that clean sheet. Thiago scored v Southampton at home last season. Yeah, I'm on about this season, Chris, not last season. I know he scored against Southampton. I know he did score against Southampton, but I'm on about this season. I want a goal at Anfield for Thiago. I want the whole of Anfield to sing Thiago Alcantara loud and proud. That's what I want for the game. Anyway, if you guys didn't know, I love Thiago Alcantara. To be fair, I don't know why it's me in midfielder like Naby Keita. Of course, everyone knows I love Naby Keita. Thiago, I love Thiago. Fabinho, I love Fabinho. Man, he's playing out of his skin as well at the minute. How good has he been at the present moment in time? Best DM in world football. I don't care where any Man City fans or any Chelsea fans turn around and say, no, as I didn't say Man United then, because they got McFred, to be fair. But yeah, Chris says, we know you love Keita. Yeah, to be fair, I know you hate Keita, to be fair, Chris. Ali did get the winner. Lol. Jurgen picking up his sons again. Best DM in the world at the moment. Yeah, he is. Wouldn't take any other DM in world football. And I think pretty much all of us going to be in agreement with that. Look how good just seriously, look how good Liverpool are with with Fabinho as a DM compared to him at centre half. It's miles difference with the squad, and especially with definitely with that as well. Connors is Naby's agent, I reckon. To be fair, I'd like to be Naby's agent. I'd like to do an interview with Naby Keita. I'd like to do an interview with any Liverpool player. I don't hate him. I wanted him to stay fit for the whole season, or the amount of time it happens. Pigs fly in the sky. To be fair, I think he's done well so far with it. To be fair, I think the whole of Liverpool, of course, we know about Harvey Elliott and that. Bobby, bit of a shame there. Tacky as well, with his knee, guys, or his hamstring, one or the other. And I think as well, a little bit of nickel injuries. James Milner as well picking up a hamstring injury. But apart from that, we've been decent with injury so far, and hopefully we can continue it. Watch me now, I've just absolutely jinxed it, to be fair. That's the one I read earlier. Fab, really just is Fab simple. Yeah, he is, mate. I wish I was Keita's agent. No, I wouldn't want you as his agent, Chris. I know you'd want him out. To be fair, no, I'm kidding anyway. Doug says, I shared the stream on Twitter, buddy. Thank you very much, Doug. Very much appreciated it, as always. Jack says, he's played well this year. Hope him and Ox can stay fit. Will be massive for us this year if they can. Yeah, exactly. And the real test for Liverpool will be the November to December period. Even the January, it's like the end of November to about the end of January is, of course, the big period for all the teams in the league, because that can make or break. Look how many, back in, 16, 17, where Liverpool, I think we were 2 points off Chelsea at Christmas at one stage, and then we just lost every single game in January, and then we were fighting for top 4. And that's how crucial, a league season can be. Look at it last year as well, where we didn't have any centre halves, we didn't have any midfielders, and we were playing the same old midfield and the same old defence, where we were playing Hendo and Fabinho at centre half. And look how, how Liverpool didn't look like Liverpool. And that is the main focus, isn't it? As well, to be fair. Anyway, but Jack says, I already read that out. Sorry. Chris says, no, I wish I was Keita's agent so I can negotiate with the NHS for a free vaccine to give to Keita. Yeah, exactly. Injury-free vaccine. Love it, lads. Have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely weekend as well, Jack. I probably will speak to you over the weekend, but have a lovely weekend as well. Anyway, John says, says Naby Lad really does have a big part to play this season. I think first time he's ever had full preseason with us. That's going to make a big difference. Yeah, I would agree with that, to be fair, mate. And I think, yeah, it's a make or break season, isn't it, for Naby? Because at the moment, and then as Doug says, ha to Chris as well. At the moment, I think Liverpool are trying to weigh up the option. Will Liverpool offer him a new contract, or will Liverpool, look to sell him on, because next year he is going to be in the final year of his deal at Liverpool. Will Liverpool offer him a new, 3-4 year deal? That will be dependent on this season. If Jurgen thinks he's good enough for it, then I think we will. But of course, we all know the ups and downs that he's had throughout his Liverpool career. And I think if he has another down season like he had, towards the end of last season, we saw him against Madrid. We never saw him again then for the entire season. I think if that happens again, then I think Liverpool will look to move on Naby Keita from the team. But I think if he has a really, really good season, I think Liverpool will reward him with a new contract. Anyway, what else do we have? Doug, oh, wait there. At least we have Trent and not one, but oh, for God's sake. What Palace players would you take if you could get one? I spit. Just try Martin Kelly, just for the shouts. Just for the shouts. No, I'm kidding. It is an interesting one. A forward, a Wilfred Zaha. I would like Wilfred Zaha. Under Jurgen Klopp. I'd like to see what he could do. Right, I give Keita one more season. This is his last season. I'm not having this every season. Just giving him one more last chance for me doesn't take it. Doesn't sell him. Chat and Con. Edwards. Yeah, Edwards a great shout. How much did they buy Edward for? Chat. I think was it around like 18 mil. I think it was, which is a cracking deal, to be fair. And as Chris and Doug says, Edward, I think as well, him, Zaha, as Doug says, they're 18 million pounds. Thank you so much, Doug. I don't like Zaha's attitude. Look, it's one of those charismatic. I say charismatic. It is that, isn't it, with him? Who's the other guy as well in midfield? Is it Gallagher? I think he's like. I think as Jack has said it there on the. Where's Jack? There we go. Says Gallagher. Yeah, I think Gallagher as well. He looks to be really, really good. Who's the other winger as well? The young guy. Is it? I've forgotten his name, but he's injured at the moment, isn't he? I think Doug saying when Celtic turned down 30 million from Arsenal. Yeah, a big mistake. There might be 18 actually, says Chris. Last season, says Doug. Is he? There we go. Thank you. He looks really, really good, to be fair. And look, I think he's going to be a star. I think he's going to get a move to a big club. Maybe in the next. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal next season put in a bid for him. Don't know why. It's not really a big move, though, is it? To be fair, anyway. But we're not taking the mick out of Arsenal anyway. But thank you everyone for commenting in that anyway. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have to the preview show, we've gone for half an hour. Anyway, hopefully. All of us can enjoy a Liverpool win tomorrow. Of course, 3 p.m. kickoff. So if anyone is going to the game, please enjoy yourself, because I want to hear you at Anfield. I want to hear you on the telly anyway. I want to hear, all the shouts, all the screams anyway of the club. I want Thiago to score, of course. And I want, as well. The other thing as well, we are going, well, I'm going anyway, to Brighton and the Southampton game. I was very lucky to get tickets in the ballot as well. So if any of you guys are going, I think the Brighton game's the 30th of October, and at the moment, the Southampton game is at I think the 23rd of November. So if you guys are going, please let me know, and hopefully we'll meet up with a few of you guys anyway. But before we go, Rory's in saying, Connor, great to see you guys support each other like Doug and Jack joined tonight due to Jack Mack actually retweeting on Twitter. Subscribe now, big call, a right centre back tomorrow against Benteke and Zaha. Rory, thank you for tuning in, my friend. Yeah, we all support each other. I think we're all we're all in this YouTube lock together. I wouldn't have met Jack through YouTube if it wasn't for YouTube. Wouldn't have met Doug if it wasn't for YouTube, and so forth. And look, I love the guys. Look, I think we've pretty much become really good friends from it, and that's the best part about YouTube as well. You get to know people, you get to be friends. I was at Jack's house for the preseason games and that. Absolutely loved his mum's cooked dinner. It was really, really nice. So Jack, please tell Brenda that it was really, really nice. I think I did already say it before, but yeah, look, YouTube brings people together. Like, you get the idiots and having, stupid excuses, and all about the money and things like that. Realistically, we're not in it for that. We're here for, streams for you guys, for us to, all gather together and all have a laugh together as well, and that. So, I love doing what we do. And look, we might not get, the millions of views, but it's, I think it's the best, interactions where it's just, myself and you guys, and, we all communicate with one another as well anyway. But, very appreciate it. And yeah, with the right centre back, I think Kanate is going to be playing. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, mate. I wouldn't even move to Arsenal, says Jack. Take care, mate. Jack says, spot on, Rory. Legend support means so much. Thank you, mate. Yeah, it means so much. To be fair, ideally, both my teams, Liverpool and Carlisle, hopefully win both. Playing at 3 p.m. Dave, the legend, as well, says Jack, and he also says, we'd love to go full time, but it's the privilege to speak at all you. It is, and look, we'd love to go full time. We'd love to, make 5 videos a day, and that, and practically, set our own websites up and all like this. But we just love the small interactions with you guys anyway, and getting your guys' thoughts about the mighty Reds as well, because there is so many Liverpool channels these days. But it's always nice, meeting new people and getting to know people as well as I've got to know many of you guys anyway. But guys, have a fantastic rest of your evening. Have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. As Chris says, especially moody person like me. No worries, Chris. Hopefully we'll get to meet each other properly at Liverpool one day anyway. Of course, COVID spoiled everything, didn't it, in 2020? But hopefully now we can get the ball rolling, then, you should say, anyway. But guys, like I said, please have a fantastic rest of your afternoon. Have a fantastic weekend as well. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow with a post-match show as Liverpool hopefully beat Crystal Palace anyway. But yeah, fingers crossed for that anyway. But guys, thank you so much. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I will see you all